Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 4 of Let's Hear From Her chat show. I'm Virginia, the host with the Boss Girls, and today we are joined by some amazing guests: Women of Future, Whimsy Sisters, Urban Desi Women, Meta Women, Honey's NFT, and Couture Queens NFT. How are you ladies today?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. I'm very happy to speak with you all today. So how this is going to work is all the projects are going to introduce yourselves. I'm going to ask a question, just general conversation. People can request and join in, and that'll be about it. So to introduce the Boss Girls, we are an NFT project as well as a movement. We want to inspire women to be who they choose to be and not what others choose to see. We will be minting soon, which we are very excited about. We will also be providing scholarships in the future, and you can check out our roadmap on our pin page. So let's hear from the other projects. Women of Future, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, everyone. First of all, thank you for having me, and great to be back over here. My name is Rima. I'm the artist and the founder of Women of Future. So Women of Future is a two-part project. We first initially launched our Genesis collection, which got sold out, and now we are dropping a bigger collection. It's a 7,777 PFP project, and we'll be going under pre-sale on 7th March. So we're very excited about that. So we have identified three areas where we wanted to give our focus to. And first is, since we are artists, and it was really difficult initially for us to come to Web3 and understand the way it works, how it operates. So what we want to do is we want to identify two traditional artists and help them onboard them on Web3 and help them launch a successful NFT collection. Second, what we want to do is, since I'm from India and there's a lot of dying craft over there due to urbanization, so whenever we launch a merch, we want to collaborate with the artisans and create a merch with their craft and give it a global platform. And this way, both the merch and the artist can benefit. And third, we have want to contribute back to the community, because one out of three women who we speak to in this panel or in this room have been victim of abuse emotionally, mentally, and physically. And not even from outside people, it's from the first circle of their contact. So that's how bad the statistics are. So the two organizations which we identified is again back from India. One, children who've been victim of sexual abuse, and women who've been victim of domestic abuse, because I feel that the only way you can get out from the circle of abuse is either if you're emotionally empowered or financially stable. So we want to lift women, we want to empower artists, and you want to create a great NFT community. So that's Women of Future for you.
Incredible. And we are always so happy to have you here, Women of Future. We did our first podcast with her, and she is an incredible human being. Urban Desi Women, why don't you go ahead?
Yes. So thank you for the invitation. I'm really happy to be here today in this Twitter space. And Woman of even kijken, Future. It's so nice to finally hear you speak. So that's also really nice. So I am Priscilla. I'm the founder and the creator of Urban Desi Women. And I am born and raised in the Netherlands. That's a small country in Europe. And my parents are from Suriname, South America. And my grandparents are from India. And I am married, and I also have a daughter of 3 years old. And for a living, I make art-based documentaries about the Asian community here in the Netherlands for the Dutch television. And I came into contact with someone who did on community building with NFTs, and it really caught my attention. So I started to look in NFTs, I think maybe more than a year ago. And I was searching for projects or communities where I could identify myself with, but I really didn't find the thing what I like. So I thought, okay, Priscilla, you can create it on your own. So that's actually how the whole idea started. I began to make mood boards and sketches and designs. And together with my co-designer, Raquel, she is from Brazil, but she's living in the Netherlands. We have made a unique collection of 10,000 NFTs, which reflects the Western, Indian, and the South American culture. So we have traditional Indian facial trademarks, different hairstyles, clothing, different kind of makeup, but also lips with Botox. That one I really like. So Urban Dizzy Woman is actually on a mission to build a strong community that motivates and inspires women to break barriers. And we also support the Acid Attack Foundation, the Charm Foundation. And victims of an acid attacks are really affected in their pride and identity as a woman. And yeah, the Charm Foundation help these women recover physically and mentally after they have an attack. And acid attack is much more common in India now. So that's why we think it's really important to pay attention to this issue. So that's a little bit of my story.
That's wonderful to hear. And diversity is so important. And to hear that with your project and that you want to build a strong community is brilliant. Meta Women, go ahead.
Hello. So we are a charity education-based project. We're 8,000. We represent like everyday women, the ones you come in contact with online every day. Our project is giving $60,000 to Girls Who Code, which is a nonprofit for girls and women who would like to pursue an education in technology. We're building a meta club in the metaverse, and that's really where our main utility is. Our Meta Club will feature a meta gallery where our members can feature anything that they're working on that's Web3 related, whether it's their artwork, their photography, a project that they're invested in, and that way they can showcase what they're doing. And we will have a meta stage where we will we'll hold seminars, we'll have job fairs, we will bring in resume building, one-on-one job coaches, people to really help them with their transition from Web 2 based careers into Web 3 based careers. We will also have a MetaU, and in our MetaU, we'll have a study area where our members can team up, form study groups, and really use each other's skills to help empower each other through this transition. We will have a job course catalog where we'll be purchasing 8,000 job digital courses, and they will be able to look through that course catalog and kind of figure out what skills that they have right now that are kind of Web 2 related. Is it a communication skill? Is it an office skill? And what can they then take from the digital course catalog that can upskill them to move their career into the new digital era? So, are they looking into project management? Are they looking into digital marketing? Are they looking into moving into coding? Whatever they see that they really kind of find their role. So then they can claim that course for free. So basically Meta Women is trying to look at the everyday women that kind of can see themselves into the future, and we will supply the tools, we'll supply the support, and our members, we really want to create a community where they're working together to move hand in hand into the future with them. So that's us.
That's wonderful to hear. One big thing for us at Boss Girls is that, we provide people with the opportunity, since that's such a huge impact on people's lives. And that's incredible to hear about your project. Honey's NFT, go ahead.
Hi, thank you. Honeys is a NFT fashion project, and it's focused on building a community of fashion lovers in Web3. It'll be comprised of 10,000 fashion-forward women, and our mission is to create opportunities and educate women about Web3 while expressing self-confidence through a unique sense of fashion. We plan to, once we sell out, to donate. So 5% of primary sales and 10% of secondary sales will be donated to Baddies in Tech to help drive their mission forward in advancing women. And then 10% of primary sales and 10% of net secondary sales will be invested into emerging women-led projects via our Honeys DAO that will be owned and governed by our entire community. And with the growth of Web3, fashion will go through a big transformation digitally. And this shift will make it easier for micro female fashion designers to really break into the industry. And that's all that's needed to sell digital pieces online. And so we've partnered with Honeybum to create real-life utility by designing and incubating new trends within the Honeys community that will be launched as NFTs, but also as collections on their platform. So we're really, really excited for that. Thank you.
Thank you. That's awesome to hear. Like with the fashion, I have a younger sister who's absolutely loves designing and fashion, so I'll have to point her your way.
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
Hi everyone. So my name is Bema. I live in London and I run Couture Queens. Couture Queens is also a fashion-based PFP project with the goal of onboarding new fashion designers into the space and also teaching them how to create utility in Web3 through their products. We've currently partnered with the British Fashion Council, and we plan on supporting lots of independent designers to teach them how they can obviously transfer the business from being in Web 2 to Web 3. And we're also going through, when we sell out, or even 50%, when we're 50% sold, we're going to put money back, 15 ETH per milestone, back into the community and create a Couture Queens wallet. So the proceeds will go, the funds can be used for designers to launch their collections, to do more research on how fashion can be how they can make their products more viable in Web3 and in the metaverse. And our long-term goal is to be metaverse ready. We want to create a Couture Queens metaverse where people can host and run fashion shows in the metaverse. People can buy and sell their fashion designs in the metaverse. So just essentially giving designers a platform to promote their work in the metaverse, but also learn how to integrate Web3 into the fashion design process. So yeah, I'm really excited to be on the panel. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for all the other amazing women on the panel for joining. Yeah.
Thank you. It's so exciting to see fashion really integrate into Web3. And I think, you'll see more projects of different areas also integrate into the space. So it's awesome. And finally, Whimsy Sisters, go ahead.
Hello, girls. Thank you so much for inviting us. We are really happy it's our first space. Our project, it's mostly focused on art and diversity. And this were very important things for Julia, since he started to draw. I forgot to say who I am. Sorry. I'm Christina, and I'm co-founder of this project, and Julia is my close friend, and we met at the university, and since then we were friends, and lately I asked her if she wants to try yourself in NFT space, and she came up with the idea of this project. So it's basically 3 friends, me, Julia, and Max, and we are the core team. Our team, we are all artists. Julia is the only artist, but me and Max are responsible for all parts of roadmap. Max is 3D artist, and Julia and me are 2D artists. So what I can say about Julia is that she's artist for a really long time, and she draws different characters all her art path way, and especially elves, witches, and you can see it at her Instagram. So this collection commits all those things that she loves, and basically it's a lot of different women characters with flowers, stars, and magical aesthetics. I can say a tiny bit about our roadmap. It's a bit shorter than usually, but we wanted to set realistic expectations and devote more of our time in the quality rather than quantity. After we sold out, we are going to work on launching a generator on our website, so each holder we will have an opportunity to create a sister to their sister. They will get an access to our generator on the site, and they will be able to use all of traits and some new traits that Julia created especially for this purpose. Next, we plan to do some merch, like Julia did it in her Instagram. She has a merch shop on Etsy, so that maybe it will be very pleasant to get something physical, so it will be available for our holders. The last part is creating special space, audiovisual space where our holders will be able to communicate. We plan to work with sound designer, 3D artist, and the space is also going to be based on Julia's art. So we plan to do something beautiful and peaceful. So thank you. I'm sorry I was very confused.
Thank you for joining us. We're so glad that we could host you in your first space. Like, that's awesome to hear. Okay, so my question of this week's chat show is, all of the projects are in different stages. So what is something each of you is kind of really focusing on right now to, move forward and develop? And any of you can raise your hand, chime in. It is an open topic. Go ahead, honey.
Right now, we're focused on building our community and really building relationships with people in our community. We're still in the very beginning stages. So that's our main focus. And then, community basically. And we're still taking tips on artwork and all that. We want to be super, super community based. So
is there a certain way you're tackling that? Is something you're focusing on to build the community?
We are hosting some giveaways for our Honeys OG spots. And we plan to host some games in our Discord.
Awesome. Anyone else on the stage who's kind of working on something specific? Meta Women, go ahead.
So we've got about 4 weeks until we launch. So we're pretty far into the process. We've been working on this since early January. So our development is pretty done. I mean, we're pretty complete there. Our website is being released this week. Our dev team is working on our smart contracts. Our artwork is complete. We have our core community now. So really what we're developing now, what we're working on now is we want to, rather than wait until our launch to start our mission, which is helping women, everyday women with education and learning, and kind of working on those basic transitioning stages of learning Web3, we're not going to wait until launch. So we're implementing that now in the Discord. So we have 4 weeks left before launch. So we're spending the next 4 weeks starting our mission in the Discord. So like today's Web3 Wednesday in the Discord. So they're going to spend the whole day answering questions on anything related to Web3. Basically, what is an NFT, or how do you set up my MetaMask wallet, or any questions at all anybody has about anything at all, no matter how simple or how complex. If we don't know the answer, we're going to get the answer for them. So we're opening up the Discord to anybody, even if they don't want to be a part of our community. If they just want to hop in, ask a question, and leave, they're welcome to do that. So we're going to do this like every Wednesday for the next 4 weeks is Web3 Wednesday. So anybody can stop in and ask a question. And then we're also going to do on Friday, we're doing once a week, we're going to do a AMA mentor. We have mentors now in our Discord. And we're going to do an AMA where our mentors are going to go up on the stage in the voice channel, and anybody can ask any questions at all, and it'll be voice. So it'll be easier, kind of more like a Spaces, but it's not so overwhelming because it's community with community. They can ask any questions and not feel like stupid, or dumb. So we're implementing our mission into our Discord before we launch.
That's awesome. And that's huge for anyone to learn so everyone check out Meta Women's Discord on a Wednesday to learn more about Web3. That's awesome. Women of Future, go ahead.
So right now we are 5 days away from our pre-mint. So we are right now, connecting all our points, seeing our smart contract, seeing all the artwork, how it looks. Because, when this is, I think everybody should know this. When you're generating an artwork, if you have like 10,000, I would suggest at least to 11,000. So you can go through your artwork. If you don't like any, you can remove it, change it. I don't want to keep it for the last minute. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm saying if the smart contract is right, if our Discord channel is safe, because recently we saw a number of bots entering our Discord channel. So, taking care of the security, making a point that the whole transition to the mint date goes safely. So at this point, we are just making a point that everything is secure. All the questions are answered. All the pre-sale, wallet collection is done properly. So we don't, miss anything and just smoothly sail into our pre-sale. So that's what we are up to these days.
Security is such a vital point. And I think a lot of people, if you're starting an NFT project, like Women of Future said, double check. It is so important. So many people are hacked. So many people have something go wrong, and it's just important to check. And that's super valid and awesome to hear. Couture Queens, go ahead.
Hi. So right now, we realize most people in our Discord and our followers are first timers in the NFT space, or they're very new. So right now, one of our focuses is educating our new members and people in our community on NFTs, the applications, and even things that we would think are basic but are not, like how to mint or how to buy Ethereum. So right now, educating and increasing the knowledge and skills of the people in our community is really important to us. And we as a team are also doing a lot of research and development into the fashion NFT space because, like we said, it's pretty new and there hasn't been that much application and utility right now, but it's going to change really quickly. So we want to be on the forefront. So we're doing a lot of research into wearable NFTs and how we can build smart contracts into real life fashion. And essentially just a lot of learning in addition to growing our community. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, yeah, of course. It's so important. That's something we're also focusing on as well. We have an info hub with lots of articles and information videos, podcasts that we want to put out to our community. So before the mint, everyone kind of has a general idea, or even if they have a question, they can source from that. So it's so important for that. And Urban Desi Women, go ahead.
So our minting is the 31st of March. And we are also really busy with building a community to get to know people, us more and more about the project. So this kind of Twitter space really helps us to spread the word, and we are not focusing on creating a hype or something to be sold in 2 or 3 days, but finding actually the right people to join the community for the long run. And we are spending now a lot of money a lot of time with talking and doing collabs with people and companies who have, the comparable values. And we are also busy with making videos for people who don't know how to buy NFTs, because we get a lot of questions of women who really want to enter the NFT space but don't know where to find it. So with these videos, we are hoping that more women will, come to the NFT space.
So important. Actually, I would love to see your videos. I definitely want to link them to our information hub. That's something we were actually just going to look into. So it's awesome that you said that. Another question for all of you. After you mint, or if you have already minted, what is something you're looking forward to kind of do after that? And again, open question, anyone can answer. Honey.
So we're really excited to be able to donate back into the community and back into women to empower them. And I know I had mentioned before, but I'll just go over it again. We have a solid plan already instilled after mint where we're going to donate 5% of primary sales and 10% of secondary sales will be donated to Baddies in Tech, which is an organization that literally their mission is to advance women in the tech industry. And then 10% of our primary sales and 10% of net secondary sales will be invested into the Honeys DAO. And that will be invested into other women-led projects in the NFT space. So we're super, super excited about that. And yeah, that's what's going to happen right after Mint.
Awesome. Women of Future, go ahead.
Since our data is so close, and once your data is so close, you hardly get any sleep. So the first thing I'm going to do after the Mint is get an 8-hour sleep, and then I'm going to start tackling the roadmap. But jokes aside, the organization which we have chosen to give back is based in India. So we are in touch with them, asking them, to set up their crypto wallet and everything so that we can do a transaction over there. So that will be our first main goal. Secondly, being an artist, we have promised that our early supporters will get a one-on-one artwork from the artist. So we're going to start working on that, and then we're going to tackle our roadmap one by one. So that's what we are planning after our Mint.
Awesome. It's really good to hear that you're helping them, or at least asking them to set up a wallet. I think transactions through the blockchain that, others can see is super vital and important, especially when donating or, going towards a cause. So that's super vital. And I think everyone should take that as a note. Couture Queens, go ahead.
I think I should have mentioned this earlier, but okay. So most of the designs in Couture Queens were designed by myself because I'm a fashion designer. I've had a physical, actual fashion brand where I sold resort wear and swimsuits. And last year, I basically spent the whole of last year making sketches and fashion pieces to launch a physical collection this year. And I got into the opportunity of creating NFTs first before my launch. So one thing I'm excited to do when we sell out is, firstly, we're going to make the Couture Queens designs that we see on the PFPs, we're going to turn them into physical items. So members who purchase the avatars can also receive the physical version. So it won't just be merch, but it'll be literally the couture, the design, the corsets, the dresses, the prints, be able to get that in real life. And a proceeds from the sales of the physical items, because as much as they'll be sold in Web3, they'll also be sold in Web2. A percentage of those sales will go back into the community wallet and the community fund to support designers. So yeah, bringing designs to life and just creating a larger channel to funnel funds into the community wallet is something we're really looking forward to.
That is incredible to hear. I'm so excited to see the fashion NFTs projects come into this space. My sister is going to be so excited. I'm going to point her towards both of you guys. Urban Desi Women, go ahead.
Yeah, so the first thing that we are going to do is make a donation to the Cham Foundation, the Asset Attack Foundation in India. And we want to ask a couple of our holders to go there to donate the money themselves instead of us. And the next thing that we are going to do is giving masterclasses to our community, and everyone can join them if they have an Urban Desi NFT. And the masterclasses will be given by women, and we are now busy with them talking about what kind of masterclasses that would be. And the first thing that we are going to start with is creating a positive mindset. And yeah, more information will come soon on our website and also on our social media. So I hope people will, look at our website and Instagram and Twitter and Discord to keep updated.
That's awesome. I will definitely point people your way as well for that educational purpose. I will open the floor, so if anybody wants to ask any questions, we have some incredible entrepreneur ladies up here. Meta Woman, you unmuted your mic. How are you?
Hi. I can hop in and say what we're going to do after our Mint.
Go ahead.
One of the suggestions that I have for anybody that's donating to charity, I don't know if everyone's already picked their charity yet or not, but like, we don't have to worry about that anymore because we are going through, there's a company called the Giving Block, and they have hundreds of charities. And so it's written into our smart contract. So we don't even see the money. It's written right into the smart contract. And so we have a company wallet. Once the mint happens, the money goes into the company wallet. The company wallet then has it written right in the smart contract. It sends that money right to the Giving Block's wallet. And the Giving Block takes that money and it immediately changes the ETH over to USD, and it sends it to our charity. And then they take care of the paperwork and the tax paperwork, and they send it back to us. So there are several charities that they go through. So if anybody is looking for something like that, you can do it that way. Then you don't have to worry about it. So we're already set that way. Our devs already have that information. So that's nice. So we don't have to worry about that. So just for anybody in the audience that might be considering doing it that way. So that will be already taken care of. Also, we have it set up so that all of the money from Mint goes into our smart contract or into our company wallet. In the company wallet, we have 2 smart contracts. So the company wallet has a smart contract also written for that. So like the founders don't even have access to the company wallet. So that is all set up so that it is written into that to be sent out percentages wise. So we have it set up so that everything is done ahead of time. So there's really not a lot of planning to do after Mint. It's all being done for us, which is really, really nice. So if you have a good dev team and you have a lot of planning done ahead of time, after Mint, you can really work on just putting stuff into action. So for anybody that's in the audience that may be like going into this as a project, if you give yourself a long time to plan, you can have this set up so that when you launch, things are already put in place and you can just implement your plans in your process. So after Mint, what we want to work on is just building the Meta Club, like getting into it. We just want to get into the metaverse. We're so excited to open those doors and get in there. So I just wanted to kind of give that advice about the Giving Club, if anybody, or the Giving Tree, if anybody, sorry, I say it wrong every time, the Giving Block, if anybody is looking for something like that.
Absolutely. I also always recommend the Giving Block. So I'm really happy that you said that. You can also help charities set up a wallet through them as well. I think they have an instructional info place. So that's another good point with the Giving Block. But I love that company and I'm glad you mentioned it. I'd like to invite all of you ladies to pin a post or pin a tweet up to the top. Like, you're always welcome to do so. I'd also like to invite anyone from the crowd who has a question, please request. We would love to have you up here. And something that I'd like to mention that's new with the Boss Girls is after our minting process, we have just put into plan that we are going to be offering scholarships to our community. We hope to help at least 300 individuals kind of kickstart their project and their adventure and with anything that they want to do, because that is our goal. We want to inspire many to choose the path that they want. So that is something we've just recently implemented and we'll be sharing soon. So yeah, I thought we'd share that out there. If no one requests, I would like to invite all of you to share a piece of advice that either you've carried with you or that has helped you carry your project. And again, open floor, anyone is welcome to speak.
So, advice that's carrying me through this process is don't be scared to learn new things, because this whole industry is very new, and half the time it can be overwhelming because you think, oh my God, there's so much to learn. Smart contracts, PFP, like so many new terms, and also the pace and speed at which it's moving can also be overwhelming. So I think I try and tell myself and my team that, look, we're doing great as long as we're doing our best to make sure we're learning new things every day. We're open to change. We're adapting to changes and adapting to new advancements in the industry. We'll be okay. Like, I think one mistake a lot of people make is they join the industry and NFT space and they try and chase everything, and it gets overwhelming. It does. So yeah, as long as you make sure you're doing your best, learning at your pace, but also still being open to changes and advancements, you should be good. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's wonderful advice. Meta Women, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and to speak to that, just, give yourself time. There's no, FOMO is a real thing, and people a lot of people think that they have to rush to, maybe they see, women projects selling out, and don't compare. We all have something that brings value to this place. Each one of our projects is valuable. And we all bring something to the space, and there's time. We're not going anywhere. The NFT space is not going anywhere, and the community wants all of the different projects. So there's no reason to rush. There's no reason to run to get the minting process out. Take your time, and don't worry about being the next big thing. Don't compare yourself to each other. Let's all support each other, empower each other, continue to do these spaces with each other. Let's, let's all be there for each other. It's not about who's bigger, who's better. We're all different, and there's room for all of us. And my member may not be your member, and your member may not be my member, or they might like us both, but there's room for all of us. So that's, let's just take our time and do this the right way.
Absolutely. So valid as well. It's it's so important not to compare, because you can really lose yourself in that cycle. So that's so important. Women of Future, go ahead.
I just want to continue what Meta Woman and Couture Queen were talking about. For me, what worked in my journey was, first, never get disappointed of anything, of failure or don't just get disappointed and stop the process. Continue, keep moving ahead. And second, which helped me a lot, was being adaptive. Don't be rigid. Since the place is evolving, even you can evolve. It's fine to accept that, I've made certain decisions which didn't work on the benefit, but it's fine. You can change it, you can evolve, and don't let it put you down, and always walk, walk ahead and never stop walking, and have faith in yourself. And I think that's what I can say.
Absolutely. So important. And having faith in yourself, it's the personal development side of it too. You have to believe in yourself if you want your project to move forward. So that's such an important point to make. If no one else wants to speak. Oh, go ahead, Irvin.
Yes. So my tip would be to always stay true to the change you wish to see. And from there, get a small team, but dedicated team to get your project started, because no matter where you want to have an impact on the physical or the digital world, it all starts with a heartfelt mission and the right people to support. And I couldn't do this without my team. So yeah, that would be my tip.
Absolutely.
Can I say one more thing too?
Yes, go ahead.
Don't be afraid, ladies. Do not be afraid. I'm telling you, if there's an opportunity that you think, or DM, if you feel like DMing someone, but you think, they're bigger than me, or I don't know if they would respond. Don't be afraid. I DM everybody. I swear to God, I'm just if
I second that.
Show, I just DM them. If I want them on my show, I just DM them. I'm if they don't answer me, oh well. They're never going to answer me if I don't DM. So I just do it. And I'll tell you, I applied to be a speaker at NFT NYC. And I never thought that I would get on, because, these big projects like CC and World of Women and all of them, I figured, I'm Meta Women's never going to get picked. And I got the email yesterday that we're going to be speaking. So I was shocked, but just go for it. Just do it. Just don't let fear stop you. You'll never know if you don't try. So I was jumping up and down. I was so excited, so just don't let fear stop you. This is the time, guys. This is girls. this is the time for us to really move that fear away and just say, you know what, I'm going to try my hardest. So that's my tip.
So I totally get you, because I first was so insecure to talk English because we speak Dutch here in the Netherlands. So it was really hard to speak, And then I did my first Twitter space and I thought, oh, okay, they didn't hear that I'm really insecure about my English. And now I'm talking and everyone is doing okay. So that is really nice.
Absolutely. That was actually something we touched on last week as well. That was the most difficult thing to kind of work through, was the language barrier. So in pushing that for, people who English is not the first language, since that's kind of dominating in the space right now. So it's so nice to see other people, get into the space, and it is important to touch upon with spaces and such. We have a couple requests, so I am going to bring them up. So one moment. But thank you all for joining us. Hi, Psyche, how are you?
Hi, hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, I saw nobody was speaking, so I'm okay, I'll ask something. First of all, I'm really glad to see here. There are many women I already followed, but I didn't have a chance to really hear them, and it was very inspiring for me to hear, what you're up to and what kind of projects you're working on, and what have been, some of the behind the scenes information that you shared. It was very interesting. I don't have a project yet, although I'm working on 3 or 4. And for me, the biggest. I really like that you said not to compare, because this is, on one hand, you say, oh, we're so early, but, every month so many projects are coming out. So the faster you get it out there, the better you'll be ahead. But honestly, I've been in space since December and I haven't minted anything yet. I haven't even bought ETH yet. I'm working on it. I'm just trying really to figure out, exactly. For example, I told you I have 2 or 3 projects. One is a PFP, another one is a tarot deck. So to decide which one will be first, which one will be second. This is even, before the roadmap even. This is more it's actually a business strategy. And also a lot of my audience is not on this space. So that's another challenge. Although it's also not a challenge because there's already some audience that I have that is interested in, what I create. So I'm trying to see everything as an opportunity instead of, another challenge. So, if there was something to ask you, I would like to ask you how you are when it comes to your team. Was it one of you, the founder, and then you gather the team, or you were, I've been in quite a few rooms and they've been discussing how to gather a team and how to find your team. But I think this is a little bit different. I think also in these spaces, there is a place for the team to emerge organically. And I wanted to know if this has happened to any of you, or, if someone wants to say something.
I'll allow any project to speak up and then I'll touch on afterwards.
Can I say something?
Definitely.
Okay, perfect. So hi, I was starting first alone, and then I didn't. I felt alone to do this, and from there I found my Adobe Illustrator teacher, and she helped me with the design. So she's my co-designer for this project. But then we need to also learn more about the technical part and other things that needs to be done. So it was really difficult to find really good people where you trust in. And I'm glad that I found my people around me who helped me and now still helping me. And we have a DOCS team of 6 people with 5 cultural backgrounds from Indian, Brazilian, Indonesian, Dutch, and Suriname. But the most important thing is that also to communicate with your Discord family, your Discord group, because those are the people who also can help you with finding the right people to join your team.
Women of Future, go ahead.
So when we started our Genesis collection, I was all alone and I minted it on OpenSeas. And as in when I sold out, I got a little bit confidence of creating a bigger project. So my dev team came into place. But I knew my dev team since a very, very long time. They're not someone new. They're not someone I took online from Twitter Spaces. They're someone I know. I've worked with them, and I know they are super great. Coming from India, it's a tech hub, so I know they can like perform. And but my mods, they are my community people who have helped me, who have supported me, and some of them are Genesis holders. So those are my mods, and I'm very grateful for that the community came and helped me for that. Secondly, how to go about the whole NFT journey. There have been a bunch of incredible women-led project founders who have helped me throughout, how to do this, how to get things into place, how to set up a Discord channel, how to write everything. So I'm very grateful for that. I think we shouldn't feel shy to ask for help when it's required. And that's how we're going to grow. But when it comes to technical side, I would suggest get someone who you can trust 100% because they're going to write your smart contract. They're going to build your whole Web3 platform. They're going to even integrate, if your plan is to move into metaverse or create your own metaverse, they're going to help you transition to that side. So you need to be very confident who you're going to deal with. So that's my 2 cents on that.
I loved hearing what you said, and I think you're so fortunate, that you had a dev that you knew and trusted. This is huge, but, it's not happening to everyone. I don't know who I'm going to meet tomorrow, but I don't know, anybody yet. But, appreciate that you said, to reach out, and I would love to reach out. I would love to collaborate. I think, I had a business online for quite a few years now. And the minute I got into this NFT space, it became like, I thought I'm going to keep doing my business and then we'll have NFT on the side, but it doesn't work like that, right? It's like a big hole that sucks you in. And I'm also way less interested in all the other things now. Like I only want to deal with NFTs and Web3, and I see the future and I see the metaverse, like all the other things that I've been dealing with, suddenly they don't interest me. So, I don't know if it's a shiny syndrome or I just caught up with who I'm meant to be, So it's like, I would love if you have, I'm asking questions here. I don't know, like we're talking, right? So that's a thought that came to me if you feel like saying something.
I just have it. You absolutely are correct that that's what happens. Like, I think when you get it, and it clicks with us, and we feel like we found our space, like we found it. We're like, oh, this makes sense to me. I fit. I found my people, and but as far as the dev team, I will tell you that our collection, when it was time to hire a dev team, we didn't know anyone. And so, we put out that we were looking to hire a dev team, and I'm the one that took on the responsibility of hiring the dev team. And I just did interviews, and but I did them like, I come from corporate retail, so I did them like I would any interview. I made them send me the credentials first through Google Docs, and I went through their work history. I looked at their LinkedIn. I made them give me their first name, their last name, everything. And then I also did Zoom meeting with them so I could see them in real life. So like, before, I got people asking to be on the dev team. You can weed them out fast once you tell them you need the first name, last name, LinkedIn channel, and you need all this information right there. You're going to narrow it down to 1 or 2 because a lot of people don't want to give you that. So once I started doing it like that, I vetted, and then the team I have now are 2 engineers that graduated from college here in the US, and they're a wonderful team and they've been tremendous. But you have to set your expectations right from the start of what you're going to bring on. You have to remember that you're giving them so much power of your collections, so that's how I found mine.
This is great. Do you pay them like a salary, or you pay them as part of the project, or a combination?
They're written right into the smart contract. So like I said, our our company wallet is written into the smart contract. The money goes right to that, and then everybody gets paid out of the smart contract. They get paid out of the smart contract. The charity gets paid out of the smart contract. We get paid out of the smart contract, and the company wallet remains. The majority of over 50% of the money from the Mint goes to the company, because we are education-based project. So the majority of the money coming from the Mint goes back to the company and the community. So it's all set up in the smart contract, who gets what, and it all gets paid from there.
But does that mean that they only see money once you mint?
Yeah,
this is what I understand from it, right?
Yeah, they don't get paid until after Mint. That's correct.
Thank you. That has been enlightening. I really appreciate all this information. It also makes me, like, I could be an artist and I could be a project manager, but I'm not a finance person. So it's good to know what else we need here. Thank you. That has been really interesting. Thank you so much. This talk has been really good. I hope for everyone. I'm sure for everyone.
Thank you. Bully, I saw your hand up, so go ahead, open mic.
Hey, how you ladies doing this morning, GM? Quick question. I've been in space for a while, and like for the past about 6 months, I've been onboarding a lot of women into the space, and they're coming up to the point where they're all kind of trying to do their own projects and things of that nature. Majority of them are learning to build their own smart contracts because they didn't really have the funds coming into the space to pay devs up front, and that's kind of what a lot of the devs wanted coming into the space. And right now I'm seeing a big problem for them right now is kind of trying to figure out how to build the community when in the space right now there's kind of a trend of a lot of projects kind of partnering up with each other, and then kind of siloing out those smaller projects with lesser followers, even though they still are women-based projects and things of that nature. Are you guys noticing this or have any thoughts about this new trend that I'm seeing?
Yeah, it is actually something I noticed. So the way I think we can navigate this is, firstly, as Meta Woman said, don't hesitate to DM people. Like, I've actively DM'd so many larger projects with way more followers than me, to see if they like to partner or even just support, retweet something. And a lot of them are actually, some of them, yes, air you, but then a few of them are quite responsive. As a result, I've managed to get someone who is part of a very large project to join my team as a community manager, because he obviously, if someone cares about your mission, like bringing and onboarding women into the Web3 space, they will buy into it. If people are out there who don't want to buy into it, then maybe they're not the people for you, and you shouldn't be collaborating with them in the first place. But yeah, I just think it's just continuously reaching out to people, sharing your mission. If they agree with your mission, they will come on board. And people who don't agree with your mission shouldn't be working with you anyway. It's not about creating hype or selling out. We are actually building communities, and it's just important that everyone buys into it. Yeah.
Last question. What do you think the men in the Web3 space could be doing better to help you guys? Because I see there's probably just I think about just me and one other in here. So it serves me right to ask the question.
Retweet. Oh, no, honestly, thank you for asking this. That's a really good question. I think even the fact that you've joined spaces like this where women are on the panel is the first step. Just do so, encourage your peers to do so when you see a women project launching. Don't obviously blindly retweet and follow, but read about it. If you agree with their mission or their objectives, follow them, retweet them, join their Discord, share with other people. I just think, just don't overlook them. Try and see where they're going with this, see if you agree with it. And yeah, I think it's even great that we have some men in the space in the first place, and just keep on encouraging.
Yeah, I've been sharing it for like the past 30 minutes. Like, yo, like there's so many NFT women projects in here. I'm trying to get everybody to come in here because this is like something I haven't really seen before like that.
Yeah.
On the spaces.
No,
So
that's
appreciate
the first step. That's the first step. As we continue to grow, we'll see a lot more men joining in our spaces and on our mission. But for now, that's the most I think men can do. Mm-hmm.
I also want to second what Coach Queen said, what you're doing right now, joining the space, inviting your friends and letting them know that this isn't just a women's space. It's just to show their projects and showcase. So what you're doing right now is super important to, carry the space and having females join the space. So I second that completely. And any other project wants to touch on that, go ahead.
Well, I'm thankful for you guys' answers. Appreciate you.
Thank you for joining us. Space, go ahead.
Hey ladies, GM. Just hopping on here. I really appreciate the boss. Hey. The boss girls and hosting this to where artists can share their stories and giving an opportunity. I've been listening all morning and it's been really great. And to Bully's point, actually, thanks for bringing up the idea of partnerships. The reason why I wanted to hop on, I know that guys were on this conversation about collaborations and partnerships, and that's been our core mission since the launch of the project. And what we have is more so, I know it's Space Bud, so it's like this, the potato is like the medium, but what we're looking at right now is if any projects are open to like collaborating, we're totally open to it. So what we're doing right now is we're creating 3D models of an animated potato, and so we're dipping it in the artwork and creating little animations of it. So if anybody's interested in like partnering or collaborating, we're totally open. DMs are open. But yeah, thanks boss ladies and boss girls for hosting this.
Of course. Thank you so much for joining. So happy to have you. Maheen, go ahead.
Hi everyone. Hi all the beautiful women in the space and men. I would just want to say, I just want to first congratulate Boss Girls for this, because I've seen them hustle and I've seen that, they have a great team, and the way they're marketing themselves is amazing. Like coming with hashtags, let's hear from her, and they have a proper roadmap, and I'm really, really proud of them. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. And my question to you is I've seen a lot of women-centered, projects coming, and some of them are quite similar, in terms of empowering women. Obviously, that's the main idea, right? But some of them are quite similar in terms of what you can say, the art or the drawing and things like that. So, how and what are you doing to make yourself stand out in that area? Because it's going to get competitive at one point, and I understand that it's you guys are here to support each other, and I've heard from other women in the space as well, and it's kind of empowering and all of that. But at the end of the day, it's just similar projects are sort of competing against each other. So how and what you're doing to stand out?
Well, first, go ahead, Wednesday. Go ahead.
Hey, I think it's very important to focus on what you do. Not compete, not try to be better than other girl or something like that, but focus on your purposes and mission and what you want to deliver to this world. And this is your voice, so use it and use it in the way you like to use it. I think it's...
Absolutely. Women Future, saw you unmute. Did you want to add on this?
I just want to add on what Vimsy said, that we are not competing with each other over here. I think every project have their own space. Probably the ethos might be same of empowering women, but the end goal might be different for many projects. Some are focusing on community building. Some are focusing on education. Some are focusing on metaverse. Some are focusing on wearables, digital wearables. So the end goal is different for I think everyone over here, but the ethos of like, empowering women is is same, because we are so underrepresented that we want to help us and other women come on board. So that's the basic, but the end goal, end of the road, every project is different. I believe that, but yeah.
Absolutely. Such a good point. And I want to say thank you so much, Maheen, for such the sweet words. Like, that means so much to us. And I agree with Women of Future and Whimsy. Like, what you're doing behind the scenes of your project and what you believe in will really carry it. And as long as you're portraying that and being active with your community, and if you really like the art, that's your artwork. Represent and be proud of your artwork, or whoever the artist is. Like, they did that. That's awesome. The fact that they're providing this for people is brilliant. So that's my take on it. I see we have, oh wait, I think they were rugged. We had another speaker up here. But yeah, thank you so much, Maheen. That was really sweet.
No. Like, I think you guys made some amazing points. Like, I need to go and like check the roadmap for every woman project now, because, like, I was actually looking from the perspective of just looking at women projects, and not looking from the perspective of how it could be like different even within. And so that's a great thing to learn today. And I'll be like just checking and reading roadmaps, and checking what different projects are doing for sure. So yeah, thanks for adding that to my knowledge, and I'll be just listening now. And yeah, I'm here to support like all women. Like, I'm the biggest advocate for women. I started my own community, and like, I'm here to support all of you. So if you need anything, just DM me.
We can second that. Message her. She's such a huge supporter and a wonderful human being. Absolutely beautiful. Buzz Girl, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. This is such a great conversation happening, and I'm so happy to have caught it. I did have a question directed at Meta Woman, and I'm noticing that they have left the conversation. It was kind of around establishing finances before you launch your project. And I'm just wondering if anyone has any advice on how to do that financial breakdown before you actually sell anything. Does it look like establishing your percentages that you're going to be passing on to people? Or does it actually look like actual ETH or whatever, the coin you're using? Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
This is actually something real quick that we're working on right now, is creating kind of fund allocation and how we want to do that. We also want to be transparent with the community and percentages, so they know that the funds are going back into the project and into them. So we're working in the token that we're going to be on Solana. So we're going to be allocating it by how much Solana goes towards each thing. I think it's important to write down, okay, you're paying your team members, what it's going to take for the future utility, and how much funding you're going to need for that. And then also any marketing plans that you have in the future. If you want to launch your socials and you want to do something creative for that. So I think it's keeping that in mind before and allocating the funds properly. So when you move forwards in the future, like, you can be transparent with your community on how much is going into each thing, if that's something you want to do. And also it kind of keeps things clean, so you can know if you're in profit or not as well. And break it down by how much percentage of mint you've already sold. So at 25%, how much can you move to what area? I think that's a really good and key element to keep track of. So you can always like let your community know, like, oh, we're at 25% mint, we're able to move forward with this. So they know that you're not just solid on your feet. That would be my recommendation. And if anyone else wants to add.
I would like to also add that don't convert your Ethereum to USDT, because Ethereum is fluctuating. So whenever you make your roadmap, make it in terms of Ethereum, how much you're gonna, divide your percentage on paying your developers, paying back to the community, or paying to the contributing towards a charity. Don't say that I'm gonna give like $100,000. Say that you're gonna give this much Ethereum, because the money value is always fluctuating. So we have done is we have divided everything in terms of Ethereum. We have said that, okay, 3 to 10% sale, this is what we're going to give. If we're going to do 20% sale, this much of the mint value in Ethereum we're going to give. That will avoid confusion, and that will even save you from the whole, okay, I've promised X amount of money. And then when you convert into ETH, it changes because the market is always up or down. So you need to be very careful about that.
You can also hedge your Ethereum as well, right? Like if you're getting, your Mint wallet full at a variation of ETH at 3,500 or above, it really does kind of make sense to, put a majority of that in something stable and still leave it in that community wallet, just so the downside, you don't have to really see that as far as your US dollar valuation. And you can always, move back into Ethereum, let's say last week.
That actually also makes sense. I will definitely look into it.
Yeah, definitely. That's why it kind of makes sense to kind of have someone dealing with finances kind of on your team, just to make sure that the company's valuation isn't kind of priced in Ethereum 100% of the time, and fluctuating with the volatility of the market kind of makes your company valuation kind of volatile in that wallet that you have all your funds in.
Absolutely. Buzzgirl, I hope that helped.
That was really fabulous. Thanks, everyone. Actually, maybe I'll just ask one more quick question. Does anyone know of resources or places to kind of show up to continue this conversation around how to manage project finances?
I would actually love to see one of those kind of spaces started for the women specifically. Like for the guys, we always have these spaces, but I don't see it happening for the women for sure. I would love to be present for that.
Yeah, definitely. We would love to do it as well, because it's something we're actively working on right now to make sure we're transparent with the community. We have a scholarshiping system coming out, so it's something we must keep track of. So
yeah, I specialize in finding passive income streams, setting up automated, paying payments for all the expenses or whatever, so to say, in a nutshell.
Yeah, I agree on this completely. If anyone's interested, I know Boss Girls would be very happy to host this space. I think it's important.
Yay, sign me up. Thanks, everyone.
Awesome. Thank you, Fuzz Girl. With that being said, before we do closing words and, shout outs for each of the projects, we have just released our trailer for our project that is also kind of a statement that carries an important message with us. And we just pinned it to the top. So I invite everyone to check that out. Our movement is Let's Hear From Her. And it's, just empowering the women in this space and also letting other women let their voices be heard. So if everyone wants to check that out, please feel free to do so. And with that being said, I'm going to allow all the projects that are up here. Thank you so very much for joining us. If you have any closing statements or remarks or something you want to shout out, go ahead. Let's start with Women of Future.
Thank you for having me in this space. I always enjoy chatting with you guys, and it's doing spaces, you learn a lot of things, especially Bully BTC. Thank you for your advice. I'm definitely going to look into it and going to do my research and take all the advices what I learned from here from all the other panelists. Thank you so much for your time, and best of luck for your projects. Thank you.
Thank you. Honey, go ahead.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to talk with you guys today. If you want to join our Discord, we are doing a giveaway up top. I pinned it at the top, so just retweet and join that, and then join our Discord, and we plan to do a fun game with the community later this evening. So thank you guys.
Thank you. Whimsy, go ahead.
We are very grateful to invitation, because it's obviously our first invitation, and I'm sorry, I speak not really good because I'm worried. We invite all of you girls and guys to our community and our Discord, of course. We have very pleasant people in our Discord, and we would like to see you too. Thank you.
Thank you. And Co-Chair Queens, go ahead.
Hi, I just want to say thank you to all the wonderful women on the panel. I've learned so much from all of you. And thank you for everyone in the audience for joining. I just want to, promote, please follow each and every single one of the projects in this space, please join our Discords. And I've also just shared a giveaway I'm doing in partnership with another fashion PFP collection called Artsies. So yeah, we're giving away one Couture Queen and one Artsies collective. So yeah, please participate in the giveaway. And yeah, thank you for everything. Bye.
Thank you. And on that note, we have invite everyone to use the hashtag Let's Hear From Her. Spread the awareness of the positive and impactful women in the space, building and creating. We want to show them off best we can. So I invite you to use that in your next post. This video will be edited and posted to our YouTube channel on Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to check it out, or if you missed something, go definitely check that out. We have our Discord where we also invite you to answer or ask any questions. We will be happy to answer. And yeah, thank you so much for joining, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for hosting such an amazing space, guys.
Bye. Thank you for having us.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.